presentation of learning on family. So a round of applause, please.
Alright, so my name is Juan Peneflor. And this is my PBL project entitled Family. So before I continue, I want to start off with a question that you guys can ask yourself as I go through this presentation. Just like anything you learn, you want to give yourself a little goal or a question that you ask yourself to give you a sense of purpose or into why you're learning this. So the question I want to ask you guys is, what does family mean to you? So as you go through on this presentation, think of that. So to the introduction. So to begin, my PBL project was surely based on a family tree. I spent weeks holding long interviews where I could use the information to use on the family tree. And so in doing this, I made to make all my interviews consistent, I based it on a series of questions so I can get the same amount of information from each person. So just to clarify why I chose this project, I chose this project as a sign, as an opportunity for me to build a stronger relationship with my family. As military kids, we are usually distant from our families overseas. I'm gonna keep on doing that.
Sorry, the clicker's not the best.
Overseas, like, it makes it harder for us to connect to them. Oh, before I continue, I want to introduce my grandparents over at the back. So they're here to watch my presentation with family. So the overall process. So the process that I chose to complete this project was to hold interviews once or twice a week, and I log the information onto via a Google Doc or a handwritten journal entry. So this is my family tree. My grandparents would be on the right side, on the third row. Let me start from the beginning. So switching on to a different idea of the whole project, while I was creating my family tree, I come up to a realization. And for those who do not know what a realization is what I come to realize that I did not know before. So throughout the duration of this project, I was dumbfounded by all the things I did not know about my family. So this drove me to the idea of finding out what the true meaning of family is and the big aspect of it. So the overall big concept, true meaning of family. So one of the components of this PBL project was to create an essay. And so by doing this, I created an essay based on the idea that family can't really be fully defined. The key ideas would be that one's ideas of family can always be manipulated, and everyone has a different idea of family. So when I asked you guys the question in the beginning of what family means to you, remember that everybody has their own opinion, and everybody's correct. So common misconception, I feel that people usually have the wrong idea of family. Usually think of it as in literal terms and not through moral and emotional terms. So in my essay, I said something about how this generation, we don't really connect to our families as much because we have all these other things to do and more expectations as we grow up, such as being successful and going to school. So we're kind of going into the end of my presentation. Even up to now, after all of this contemplating of family, and as you all know, we've been working on this project for a while, so I've been thinking of it for a while as well. I'm still unable to define family, and I'm not fully decided on what family means to me, since of how broad it really means. So, to leave you guys with a message, or I want you guys, or a little challenge for you guys. The message to you guys is to talk to your family, and to interact with them more. Overall, learn to try to create a better relationship with your family. Contemplate on what family means to you, yourselves, and contemplate on the impacts that your family has had on you and how it made you the person you are today. Yeah, last part, put your phones away, and have a conversation with the family member. Sorry. This is a quote by Barbara Bush, and it's cherish your human connections, your family relationships with your family members, and friends and family. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Juan. That was amazing. Does he have time for a couple
We
questions?
stopped at 6 minutes.
Nice. Okay. Any questions?
She met.
How many generations